Hello, hello, successful souls. So, I was meeting with one of my VIP clients in our one on one session yesterday, and we had a really amazing, in depth conversation about manifestation. And what's really interesting is I noticed this with many of my clients, and personally, this was my story as well. When you first realize that you have so much control, that you really are the CEO of your life. You're the director of your life. When I say that you're the director, to me that means I write the script. I hire the actors, I fire the actors, and I even create the scenery. I can change it when I want to. Well, when you realize this in the beginning, it's fun. And you test things and you work the systems because you have to understand everything in life, this whole universe is run by laws. The universe is governed by laws. And very often, we can all agree and think about the idea of gravity. What goes up must come down. It never changes, it's consistent. It works the same as it does for you, as it does for me, as it does for Brad Pitt or a homeless person. It's going to work the same because never ever do you let go of something and it floats away. It's the same every time, no matter where you are on this planet, with no matter who you are. That's what we mean by it's a law, it's consistent. And so we have to realize there's so many laws that we're not necessarily aware of until we study, until we observe, and then we test. This is like the laboratory of life because there's laws of life. And what's interesting is when you begin to realize that you have a lot of power once you learn how to work with the laws, you can start manifesting things that your heart desires. It's the most rewarding thing in the world when you have an idea in your mind based off a desire that burns in your heart. And then within a short period of time, once you learn the systems and strategies and how to work with the laws, to experience them here in the physical. I'm very open about my story, and I believe my story helps to make this so much more credible, but it also really helps me to appreciate everything I have. It wasn't long ago, only about 3 years ago, that I believe in making really big risks sometimes to get really big rewards. But my husband and I, we made a big risk in real estate, and although we've made millions of dollars in our real estate portfolio, there was one particular deal that didn't work out years ago, and we went through a bankruptcy, and it was so hard. But my goodness, the things that happen in life that really hurt the most end up being the most rewarding times of your life too. Because how can you really know what happiness is if you never experience sadness? So truly, there's actually beauty within sadness. And as Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith says, pain pushes until vision pulls. And it's really when I went through that bankruptcy that I just got fed up. I was really just pissed off at the world, and I thought everything was happening to me. Well, we all know nothing's happening to anyone, to any of us. It's happening for us, by us. But when you hit what feels like rock bottom, at first you get angry, but then you start saying, there's nowhere to go but up. How can I take steps forward? What can I do? And you start saying, well, I've been blaming everybody for so long, and all these things I thought were happening to me, and that really didn't get me anywhere. So if I keep doing the same thing over and over, well, that's the definition of insanity. What am I going to choose to do differently? How do I break this cycle? How do I escape this loop that's been defining my life and creating the reality that I don't enjoy? You start asking yourself questions. When you ask yourself questions, you expand your awareness. And when you expand your awareness, this is where you start getting downloads and you start receiving information, because nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. Every single thing that you want to know about is right in front of you. You have the answers as long as you're quiet enough. Can you quiet your mind enough to actually hear the answers? And then when you get the information, do you actually take aligned action to get transformation? You see, when you really take control as a CEO of your life, you start exploring, expanding your awareness, and realizing that you have so much control. You begin manifesting. In the beginning, it's shaky and it's not always consistent. But like anything, it's a muscle that when you discipline yourself to do, becomes stronger. It's gotten to the point now, and for a lot of my clients, where they can manifest anything they want in the physical within a very short time. That's what I'm all about. I love hyper speeding results, right? So again, for me, 3 years ago, not only having $200 like in my pocket, that's all I had, to now becoming a self-made millionaire, to driving my absolute dream car, to having, a very successful background in business, where I was, a multi-7-figure sales producer. Even getting fired was something that was great to happen to me, because I started my own company. In our first year, became a multi-6-figure company. All these things happen because you understand how to manifest. And what happens eventually, though, is once you have everything that you desire in the physical, you start realizing, or of course you can have more, you desire more, you're allowed to have more. But you start saying, well, as soon as I want this, I know I can get it, but what else? What else? You always hear about it. Oh, someday when I have this, I'll be so happy. But the thing is, once you have that thing, it's just human nature. You won't be, because you are meant to desire more. If you don't desire more, then you're not going to grow. And if you're not growing, you become stagnant. If you become stagnant, you become toxic. When anything becomes toxic, it dies. So you're going to consistently have desires. That's not going to ever go anywhere. And when you finally get to the place where you think that you always wanted to be, you're going to get there and realize, oh, I still want more. But eventually it changes into not manifesting material items, but manifesting qualities. You want to manifest qualities, in particular traits, in your personality, in your mindset, in your energy. And this helps you. Anytime you start doing that, it starts changing the way you impact other people. You begin manifesting for others, and it creates such a huge ripple effect that really does leave a legacy. But it's okay. There's nothing wrong in the beginning for wanting the material things, right? If you want the handbags, why not? If you want the dream homes, heck yeah. If you want the dream car, it's yours. See, a lot of people will say that it's just greed. That's what they'll say. Or it's vanity. See, you have to be aware of the universal law of correspondence. The law of correspondence has several different meanings, but when defined, it says as above, so below, which also means as within, so without. So to explain this in greater detail, what it's saying is that if you want to understand how things work in the physical realm, you can go see above how it works in the spiritual realm. Well, many of us don't really understand the spiritual realm as much as we understand the physical. So it works in opposite. So everything, if you understand how it works in the spiritual, you can see how it works in the physical. It also means as within, so without. So everything on the outside of you is a reflection of what's internally happening in your awareness, your consciousness, and in your energy. If you don't like the things on the outside, you have to change what's happening on the inside. But sometimes we don't know how to change things on the inside. And what we can do instead is change things on the outside to help change things on the inside. To continue with this, law of correspondence will also share with you the idea that how you do one thing is how you do everything, which we can say for a whole nother day, because I can talk a ton about that. But think about this: as within, so without. When you are feeling amazing, you have to remind yourself, you're not just a physical body. You're an energetic body first. anything that comes here into the physical form, we have to remember the physical realm is the last phase of manifestation. Everything begins as energy in the spiritual and mental realm before it comes down here into the physical. The physical is the very last phase, because think about it. The physical is not who you are, it's who you were. All of your past thoughts, feelings, actions got you to where you're at now. But that means right now is the sum of all the things you've done in the past. You don't like where you're at right now, well, you need to start changing that. Before you do anything, before I go and pick up my Starbucks cup right now, I have to think about it first, which means it started in a different realm. One where there are not physical things. It's an energetic realm. It's the mental realm. Everything starts here. You're an energetic body before you're a physical body. So here's the thing. If energetically you are feeling confident, you are feeling so bright, and you're feeling illuminated, you're feeling sexy, you're feeling successful, you're feeling badass, you're feeling like absolutely divine, then you should certainly have everything on the outside of you that helps you to feel that way too. As within, so without. When you have beautiful material things in your life, they're blessings. They're showing you energetically what you're experiencing internally. Everything on the outside of you happens because of what's happening within. Law of attraction, which is a subset law of the law of vibration. Like attracts like. It is absolutely impossible to experience anything in your physical reality if it's not somewhere energetically matching in your internal body. Sometimes, though, we don't feel super sexy. Sometimes we don't feel super glam or sophisticated or divine. You can do things on the outside to help you to feel great on the inside. And this doesn't mean that you're vain. It helps you to create that vibe. So I definitely don't recommend this for everyone, but for the woman who really knows, she knows that she's supported, she can scream from the top of the roof that she knows that God has her back, that the universe has her back, that she is not just here for coincidence, that she truly is the child of God and has all the amazing divine abilities to create her own reality. She will take actions that also prove that she knows. She's not fearful to invest. She's not fearful to spend. She's not fearful to bring about things in her outside world and have it make problems into problems that aren't even problems, and create all these stories about why she can't have these things, because she knows that she's supported. So for a woman who really does know this, they can take actions on the outside to help them change what feels on the inside. And when you're feeling change on the inside, you up level in your frequency and start attracting new things in your life. Because if your energy changes, then the outside things are going to change as well. But you have to be the change you wish to see. So for me, I did the thing. Before I had the multi-six-figure company, I went and I got the $50,000 mentor. Before I had the multi-six-figure company within, again, our first year, before I had it, I bought the dream car. I bought all the new furniture for the new house. I bought the handbags and the vacations. And no, it's not out of vanity. What I knew it did was that it would create a vibe. It would help me to feel on the inside, because of what I was experiencing on the outside, a whole energy shift. And when you change your energy, you change your physical world. And so that's not for everybody, because if you spend or you invest and you do it out of fear and say, oh my gosh, why did I do that? I can't believe I do that. Now I'm worried. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, you're going to attract things to help support how you're feeling. But if you can invest or spend and buy the thing, knowing that you are a child of God and that you truly are supported, then what happens is you start bringing in an energetic match to how you feel in your income. It changes. So as soon as I purchased all those things, and again, I'm not telling you to spend money you don't have, okay? But as soon as I did make the purchases, it was immediately within days, that I started having $50,000 cash days. Days. That is more than I used to make in a whole year less than 5 years ago. Like in a day. It's faith. It's knowing, not believing, but knowing that you're supported. And it's understanding that you cannot look at the physical as that's what it is, because it's not what it is, that's what it was. You want to change what it is, you have to change energetically what it is. So you're in control, but you have to have a lot of persistence working with the fourth and fifth dimensions and not just being here in the third. Now, if this is new for you, or if this is something that you've had experience and you're getting results but you truly want to master, I want to personally invite you to come hang out. You know, we're going to be enrolling again soon for the Spiritual Success Experience, my 12-month program where I work with very successful women, entrepreneurs, executives to really up level in all areas of life. Again, by becoming a master, not by trying or dabbling, but by mastering universal laws, by mastering their mindset, their meditation, metaphysics, and of course, manifestation. All right. So what we're going to be doing is on March 8th, which is a Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be hosting the Raise Your Vibration Masterclass. We're going to teach you how to control your energy for effortless manifestation. So you have to realize things aren't just happening. They're not popping out of the blue. Everything is systematic. Everything is also spirit. Everything that you want in the physical, you can bring into everything that's in the non-physical, you can bring into the physical once you learn how to master your energy. So I'm excited to be hosting that. I cannot wait to kick this off. It's going to be so much new information you haven't heard yet. And I just want to make sure you are aware. Acknowledge it, embrace it, see it through.